What's up, y'all? It's Mr.
And Mrs.
Swift, and we back again. Not only are we back again, we back and we black. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Don DC Curry. That's where I got that from. And I love it. Oh, yeah. Remember I showed you that stuff on BET Comic View?
Kind of.
Where he was going off about the, you want to support your own folks and everything. He was going off about the fly on the wall and everything that was wrong with the kitchen. But, y'all know how that is, you know what I mean? You want to support small business, support people, whatever, but you get what you get sometimes. That stuff is so funny. How you doing today?
I'm good. I just had a little hiccup, sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I'm doing good. So we're coming on here to give y'all just a little tidbits about us.
Yeah.
Because eventually we're going to do a live, but we're trying to get our subscribers up because we don't want, just one person talking to us. Yeah, we just came on here to tell y'all a little bit about ourselves so you guys can get to know us. Yeah. Well, for one thing, his name is Rodney. And my name is Celia.
Yes.
AKA Cookie. Most
yeah.
people call me Cookie because it was a name my father gave me when I was a baby and it followed me throughout my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
And she's so sweet, y'all.
That's why my father gave me that name.
Yeah. She's so sweet and looks so cute, so sweet in her pictures when she was little and everything. And honestly, I don't know why they named me Rodney. I know why my middle name is Louis, Luis, like Luis. One of their best friends, one of my parents' best friends. Yeah. Name was Luis. I forget the brother's last name. I am so sorry, but that's where that came from.
Yeah, and I'm named after my great grandmother. So, and the funny thing about that is, here's a tidbit about me. Another tidbit about me. I'm adopted. So. I'm named after my mother's grandmother. And the funny thing about it is I look just like her. And she was black.
Yes.
And so am I. So
yes, you
even
are.
Though, that's kind of one of the reasons why we came on here, because you said we're back and we're black.
Yeah.
And I always chuckle at that. Because, people are like, I get a lot of Spanish speaking people talking to me in Spanish. I'm like, I don't know.
Right. You weren't raised that way.
I wasn't raised that way.
Even though your heritage is
I have a mixture of heritage.
Central American.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And black.
Well.
African.
African.
So, Nigerian, I think.
Nigerian and from something else.
There's quite a few ones.
Yes.
But the main were Nigerian and Central American.
Yes, main one. So I know nothing except for the black culture. That's all I know. That's all I know. I've been blessed to be working around a lot of young Hispanic women who've been teaching me. Yeah. But honestly, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. Yeah. I know nothing of anything else. And
shout out to me Sobrinas.
Yes, and when I was raised and as I grew up and kind of went out of our neighborhood and people were like, well, what are you? Right. My mother raised me, you're black and that's it. Yeah. And it's like, don't you see that? Right. Don't you see that? My brothers are black. My my brothers and I come from different families, but my brothers are black.
And I think I didn't think about it 2 years later. I think I've said this to you before. I asked you, what are you? And I didn't mean to say it that way because it's like, well, you're human. It's not what are you? You're not this chair over here, but I meant to say. Yeah,
but I had gotten so used to that. But when it first started happening, as I grew up and got out of the neighborhood or whatever, I couldn't understand. It's like, can't you see? Right. Can't you see?
Because you don't know, you know what I mean? Yeah. You are who you are in the family that you're in, and you don't think about, well, oh my God,
Right, and nobody sees me any other way. No. All my friends growing up in the neighborhood, I'm black and that's it. And when I looked in the mirror growing up, I'm black and I'm just a lighter. Right. I'm lighter. I think the only thing I ever missed growing up about myself, because people used to ask me, don't you want to find your natural parents and your natural? No, I don't, because I know who my mother and my father were.
Right. And that's all that matters.
Right.
Who raised you? You know?
Right. So no, I don't. And people can't understand that, but no, I don't. I know my birth certificate says I'm a Negro, because even if you have, I don't know how it is today, but back then, even if you have one drop of black blood in you, you are black, and
right.
that's it. And so that's how my mother raised me. There was no. My hair is different, of course. I always say I got my curls from the black side. Yeah,
right.
That's my black side. But
it's that soul glow.
Yeah, but you know,
let me see the back of the couch. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I'm black and that's it.
Black and that's it. No, that's what your mama said.
No, but I've enjoyed learning different things about my different cultures. You know what I'm saying? But primarily that's what it is for me. I know nothing else. You know.
Right.
So,
the wonder of discovery. You know.
Yeah. We talk about we go to the mall, and now you know our main mall here, War Mall. You know, it's a lot of Hispanics go there now, and so you know, I've gotten dirty looks from older Hispanic women that said, you know, what are you doing with him?
Right. Well, I told you earlier, I got a look from a woman, and it really wasn't a dirty look. It was more like, I don't know, not a wanting look, but kind of like, you know,
so
impressed. I don't know. It's weird, you know. But,
we get different looks.
But you know, people are people, man. It ain't, you know. I don't know. You know, that's a difficult conversation. But people are people. You fall for who you fall for. Who you know you're attracted to. Who you're attracted to for your reasons. So, I mean, you know, does that really matter? Other than and I've said this. And you know, I've said this. When it comes to two people. The only people's opinion that matters are these two people. Right. The world's opinion does not matter. Right. And if it does matter to you, then I say that something you got something going on there. You know what you do with your life, as long as you ain't, you know, going outside these four walls or how many walls in this apartment, but as long as you're not going out of your house causing harm to other people, how you live your life ain't nobody's business. You don't need nobody's validation, opinion, really, approval, or anything like that. Right. So you know, and I know times were different. You know, by the time your birth parents got together, so you know, who knows what they went through. But obviously, they felt like, at least for a moment, you know, because you know, I don't know them, you don't know them, but whatever their feelings were for each other, it's like that's all that matters, you know.
Well, that's another tip. We do know. Me and my brothers know a little bit about our birth parents. We know a little bit about our birth parents, and my birth mother cheated on her husband.
Oh.
And she kept me for 3 months, and I think I looked different than her other children. And then she gave me away. She didn't even give me a name for 3 months. How do you have a baby for 3 months and not give them a name? But anyway, that's beside the point.
That's another story.
That's a whole other story. So I don't know what that relationship was.
Right.
You know.
But that's between them.
Yeah. So.
I mean. Yeah.
Right. So we wanted to come on here and talk about that.
Yeah, just tell a little bit about ourselves, you know. Like I say, I don't know the Rodney part. I know growing up, you know, people used to Rodney Allen Rippey. I'm like, I know that shit, Rodney Allen. You know, I know who he is now, but it's like, what's that got to do with me?
Okay,